Welcome to Crypto Wall Street, where the sun is always shining, the sky is always blue, and there are always opportunities to make money. Let's go directly into today's topic and see what's going on. Before we get started, let me just clarify something that seemed to be a little confusing from the last video that I uploaded about IoT chain. It seems like a lot of you guys thought it was an ICO company, and actually it is an already existing token, and it was already traded on 9 different exchanges. So I want to make sure that, or I want to point out that I do still do reviews of cryptocurrency coins and tokens and ICOs. I do all of it, so make sure that you don't get confused between the ICO projects that I review and also the cryptocurrency coins. Today we're going to talk about Havven, the cryptocurrency project that became the largest one in Australia. They raised over $30 million, which is making them the largest cryptocurrency project in Australia to date. It's pretty impressive. What they're building is that they're building a stablecoin. And I found a pretty good definition of a stablecoin in their pitch deck online on their website. It says that a stablecoin is an asset that has a price stability characteristics that makes it suitable for short-term and medium-term use as a unit of account and store value. So Havven is really dealing with the problem or the issue that all of us are concerned about, namely spending cryptocurrencies for our everyday purchases. One of the biggest obstacles for vendors to accept cryptocurrencies is the price volatility, which is actually the main reason here. Just think about Bitcoin, for example. One day it's 5,000, next day it's 7,000. A couple days after it can be 10,000, 11,000, 15,000. It doesn't really work out that well because the value of the coin is fluctuating so much. So in order to be a good currency for purchases, it's got to have some kind of stability. And that's what Havven system is building here. What they're actually doing is that they're building 2 tokens. They have the Havven token and a Nomen token. And they're combining the best qualities from Bitcoin and something else. So they have the stability, the speed, the reliability, and the simplicity. In addition to that, they have what Bitcoin doesn't have. They have the stability. All right? So Nomen is the token that's going to be stable, and it's going to be pegged to the dollar. And I'm going to show you how that works. The way they do it is because of Havven's dual token mechanism, and this is how it works. So I just drew it here. So they are issuing 2 tokens, Nomen and Havven. So Nomen, the Nomen token is the one that we're going to use for our everyday purchases. That's going to be worth $1. Since it's an Australian-based cryptocurrency project, I'm pretty sure, I couldn't find that anywhere in the white paper or anywhere on the website. I'm pretty sure it's an Australian dollar that it's pegged to. So keep in mind that the value of Nomen here is going to be stable in terms of the Australian dollar or the US dollar, whatever dollar they're pegging it to. However, in comparison to all other currencies, not cryptocurrencies, but fiat currencies, it is still going to change in value like the US dollar and the Australian dollar also is doing. So here comes the question, how can they stabilize the Nomen token? Well, they can do that with their other token called Havven, the Havven token. So the Havven token down here is the collateral for Nomen. All right, so they're using the value of the Havven token to keep the prices of Nomen here stable. If someone sells too much or buys too much, the price of Nomen wants to move up or down. They're simply controlling that with the value of the Havven token here. And the Havven token gets its value from all the fees that are collected when we're using the Nomen token to purchase or transact between peer-to-peer users or in commercial transactions as well. So that is what we're going to talk about today. Let's take a closer look at it right now. The Havven website here is pretty simple, which fits their solution, which is a simple solution to a relatively simple problem as well, solving the stability issue by spending cryptocurrencies and accepting it for vendors. And they are providing the stable coin, the Nomen, as we talked about just before here. As you can see, the token sale closed. It closed yesterday, March 6th, and they raised $30 million US. Pretty impressive. But as I said, it did rank them as the biggest or largest cryptocurrency project in Australia to date. It's pretty impressive. Well done, guys. So scrolling down here on the website here, it is very simple. As I said, there's an explainer video which explains pretty simple and very fast what they're doing. You can see here why they need a stablecoin, and we talked about that. You need it definitely for security, you need it for reliability, you need it for speed, simplicity, and most importantly, we need it for stability, which is the thing that Bitcoin and the majority of other, the vast majority of all other cryptocurrencies, they don't have. Scrolling further down, you can see the path to their stability, their timeline here, and they're launching their platform in March, which is this month, so that's very exciting. It's coming up right now. You can also see here what's been featured, and there finally where it's backed by whom and their partners right here. Let's take a look at the well-diversified team here, and just taking a look at a few of the people that are on the team here. So Kane, I looked him up, and he's actually pretty experienced in online businesses. He's been starting and been managing auctions, online auctions, retail, and sales companies. In addition to that, he's also the CEO of a company, Australian company called Blue Shift. It's a retail network with more than 1,200 retailers in Australia. Justin here is a senior entrepreneur. He's been involved in online shopping for a lot of years, and he's also the CTO of a company, of a New York-based company called MongoDB, which is a computer software company as well. And he's been CTO in a number of other companies as well. Another guy that's interesting to take a look at is Samuel Brooks here, the blockchain lead. He is involved in Block 8, Crypto Flip, and Veridictum, and as well Havven here. So he has the necessary knowledge to drive this blockchain here and build that as well. To just touch on the advisory board here very shortly, few people that I wanted to point out with interesting backgrounds. Walter here, the CEO of Doc AI, is the founder and CEO of Doc AI, as it says here, and it's a blockchain-based medical record system based out of California. In addition to that, he's also co-founder of a company called GenLife, which is a Hong Kong-based company, and also co-founder of a company called Scanedu, which is a California-based company. In addition to that, Christian here, who's the director of Cryptocurrencies, and Juan, who's a researcher at Cryptocurrencies, they are both working for that company here, which is a cryptocurrency research center. Besides that, the rest of the advisory team here is a seasoned and mixed group of people who have diverse experience in, most of all, are pretty much related to online sale, auctions, and online systems. Some of engineers as well. So there's a pretty spiced, mixed team of professionals here on the advisory board, which I definitely see as a huge advantage. Their token distribution seems fairly okay as well, with 60% of the tokens going for token sale, and 20% of it goes for team advisors, and the remaining 20 goes for marketing, partnerships, and foundation. And they have a total supply of 100 million tokens. As mentioned earlier, Havven is issuing both their Havven token and their Nomen token, and here's one of their incentive programs. This is a discounts they've been offering for their token sale for people to actually lock in their tokens, their Havven tokens, for a period of time and receive a discount to do it. And why are they doing that? They are doing it to incentivize people to hold on to the value of the token and thereby create stability, which is what they're seeking. So that's the whole business model. That the whole business model is built around that, around incentives for token holders to keep their tokens long term. Taking a look at the white paper here, it's the most straightforward white paper I've ever read. Most other white papers are full of warm air, nice sentences, promises, etc. That sounds very nice, fancy, and it's very salesy. This is more or less like I would say it's closer to a research-alike paper. It is straight to the point of what they are actually dealing with, the problem, the solution, and they are spending a lot of time in the paper here on how they're actually solving the problem, which I definitely like. On page 4 here of the white paper, they talk about stablecoins, what they are and why we need it. On page 5, we're talking about the Havven token and also the Nomen token, why they exist and how they are working together. On page 6 here, there's a system description that goes further in details of how they actually work together and how the Nomen is backed by, is collateralized by Havven token. Finally, on page 15, there's a case study explaining how their Nomen and Havven token work together, and how you would actually receive money from holding your Havven token long term and helping creating stability for the Havven system. Pretty interesting, and I would urge you to read through this case study. If you're going to read anything from the white paper, please do read the case study here. It is pretty well described, and it's a good example, and it gives you a good understanding of how they work and what the benefits are of their Havven system. From an online social perspective, they're pretty active as well. There's a lot of stuff about Havven here on Medium that you can read about. They have almost 25,000 members on Telegram, pretty impressive. Have a pretty good number of followers here on Twitter as well, and this is one of the recent tweets here on March 5th, where they said Sydney-based blockchain startup Havven raises 39 million, that's Australian dollars, making it the largest ICO project, cryptocurrency project in Australia to date. Pretty impressive, well done guys, for sure. They also use GitHub here. They are active on Reddit, and some of you may see this scam email. I did read through it, so apparently some people have tried to acquire information from some of Havven's subscribers and followers by using, fraud Havven email addresses, etc. This one here is pretty interesting. Havven has been added to top 3 upcoming ICO according to Hype. Let's look at that. All right, let's scroll down here. The first one is Grain, and the second one here is Havven. Pretty impressive. So there is a social acceptance and presence, or a positive presence on social media for sure, and social online news publications for sure, which is pretty impressive. Finally, they also have some activity on Facebook here with 1,500 people liking it, and they are updating their process here as well. On a very quick note here, I want to share that Havven is also featured here on CNN, where it just talks about that Havven is a decentralized payment network and stablecoin designed to enable everyday cryptocurrency purchases as well. And they're announcing, as it says here, the largest airdrop campaign to let users test out the first decentralized stablecoin. It's also featured here on investing.com. Again, the article simply talks about the Havven platform that uses 2 tokens to achieve stability. The Havven token, as I mentioned, provides the collateral for the platform. The Nomen token, which is the stablecoin, are issued against the value of the collateral token, which is the Havven token. So this dual token approach incentivizes users to hold the Havven tokens because network transaction fees are paid to Havven holders, as I mentioned earlier. As more people use the Nomens for everyday transactions, the value of Havven tokens will increase because there are higher fees generated from the Nomen token being used. It's also featured here on Forbes, 5 ways blockchain is changing the face of innovation of 2018. So it simply goes through that Havven is a totally decentralized stablecoin, as we already went through, which means that like Bitcoin, it's secure and resistant to censorship. However, in the contrast of Bitcoin, Havven uses a decentralized asset to reduce price volatility. So the asset backing for the stablecoin comes from transaction fees generated by the Havven network. That simply means that the asset is distributed and cannot be lost, stolen, or seized. Finally, it's also featured here on Crowdfund Insider as well. Summing up here, Havven is definitely a staple cryptocurrency project. It has a great team behind them with lots of experience, and they seem to be very competent to do what they're trying to accomplish here by creating a stable coin, which definitely is needed in the cryptocurrency space and in the world here to start spending our cryptocurrency value on our everyday purchases. It is a big problem. It is one of the largest obstacles for people actually entering the cryptocurrency world as well, is because they say, well, I can't spend the money on anything, so why would I even bother to go into it? Havven is one of the companies amongst a lot of others that are trying to solve that problem. I definitely see Havven as having a huge advantage with their team behind them, their core competencies, their advisors as well, as we talked about. I'm absolutely sure the captain of a ship is definitely the main driver of success. So the team here is definitely the driving, the driver of the determinant. Let me say like it's determinant of their success. And going through the team members, their experience and the backgrounds, I'm not doubting that they definitely have the power, the drive, and the knowledge to drive Havven here into a great position of success. Again, just to underline it, this Havven cryptocurrency project here. The token sale just closed, so you can't buy their tokens anymore right now. You can't trade it. They haven't started trading on any exchanges yet. It is simply to make you aware of the company, of their presence, and be aware that when Havven starts trading on the exchange, it is something you may want to take a look at. And if you are interested in stablecoins, is that some of your goals or one of your interests that you want to add to your cryptocurrency portfolio, Havven here is definitely a good choice to look into. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what I had for you today. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. It's completely free and there's a lot of value in it for you. If you want to be a sophisticated investor, make firm financial decisions and make more money from cryptocurrency investments, I urge you to sign up for my weekly newsletter, which has market updates, ICO news, and undervalued coins and much, much more delivered every Friday to you for free. So you don't have to spend all the time doing the research. It's delivered to you on a silver plate. How about that? There's a link below this video if you want to sign up for that. However, it is entirely up to you. With that being said, I wish you a happy day.